If this were a Texas barbecue restaurant that were in Los Angeles, I would definitely say this has to be at least in the top 3 because it is really that good. Everything here, the meat quality, the marination, even the sides, first class, wow.
Houston, one of the big food cities in the United States. If you come to town, you definitely need to try some Texas barbecue. It is the definition of great American food. So why not start with Texas Monthly's choice for the best barbecue in Houston? Brisket, ribs, sausage, they've got it. Come join me, Rockstar Eater, as I take you on an amazing tour of Truth BBQ restaurant.
It started in 2015 by a man named Leonard Botello in Brandon, Texas. It kind of was in a small shack from what I heard, and then it blew up so big to the point where they just got such a big fan base, and this is their second location here in Houston, and right when they opened there's already a line outside. That is incredible. This meat is so good to the point where Texas Monthly actually named it their favorite Texas barbecue in Houston. So I knew I had to check out this restaurant in Texas, and behind me are all the smokers where they're making the meats for the next day because it's a long cooking process, so that's marinated right and it's cooked right as well. All right guys, so this is Reed right here. You're the Pitmaster here, right?
That's what you can call me, I guess.
Okay, so Reed's gonna show us some of the awesome things going on here.
Cool, so right now we have our briskets going on for tomorrow's service. These have been on for about 4 hours. And they'll go for about another 6 or 7. We pull them about 200 degrees internal temperature, and then we'll let them cool off till they get to about 140, and then we'll put them in the warmer. We'll set the warmer at 140 degrees and leave them there overnight so it gets a nice rest on them for the next day. And so all the meat that we use for our sausages is from our brisket that we trim off, and our it's a 50-50 beef and pork blend. So it's from our brisket trim and our pork rib trim.
Wow, so high.
That's what we make with, instead of throwing it in the trash, we make sausage with it.
So high quality.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen this. It's so awesome.
And this is our jalapeno cheddar sausage.
Jalapeno cheddar sausage. I'm definitely trying this today.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, that is, all right, that's a long piece. What kind of wood do you use?
This is all post oak.
Post oak?
Yes, sir.
Does the wood make any difference in the flavor of the meat?
Oh yeah, people use a bunch of different woods. This is kind of like a milder flavor.
Yeah.
And it's a hardwood, so it burns slower.
Okay. Man, that is hot. So after they spent all that time preparing the meats, which is the day before, it's ready to be served. So then it will come out here on this serving line where you pretty much order your meats and your sides. And I heard that the line gets really long, especially on the weekends. You shouldn't be surprised if this line goes for about 2 hours. Imagine that. From when you start all the way to this line right here. This shows how popular this barbecue restaurant is. And it's very common with Texas barbecue restaurants. They're very popular, especially here in Texas. All right, Gus is gonna start off with some ribs. Yum, yum. Okay, ribs are really good here, huh?
Absolutely.
Actually, everything's good here, huh?
Everything is good. The pork ribs and brisket are probably my 2 favorites though.
Okay, pork ribs and brisket, right? And that's the sausage. Yes, another specialty here. Jalapeno cheddar, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Look at the way it cuts. That is so awesome. And this one is the turkey?
Smoked turkey. Yes,
Smoked turkey. I don't think I've had this one before in a Texas barbecue restaurant.
It's kind of a sleeper on our menu, but it's definitely one of my favorite meats on the menu.
Okay.
A lot of our favorites back here.
Check this out, guys. So this is what I got here today because I wanted to sample a little bit of everything. This is called the Texas Trinity. Look how crazy it looks. I kind of upgraded mine a little bit so that there's more food on the plates, but check this out. You got some mac and cheese and Brussels sprouts, coleslaw, green beans, and this is called their tater tot casserole, which is very unique. And got some escovitch right over here, kind of like what you see in Jamaican cuisine, and pickled red onions. Oh, this is what gets me the most excited. Look at this. Wow, we got pork ribs, we got pulled pork, and the famous briskets in the bottom. And turkey, I heard, is really good here. Some sausage links. This is the jalapeno cheddar sausage. Some ends of the brisket. And they do have a nice selection of drinks, such as the sweet tea, which is really refreshing, especially on this really hot day in the summertime. What should I start with first? All right, maybe the mac and cheese. Let's start with that good old mac and cheese done Southern style with some of that breadcrumbs on top of it. That's a very cheesy mac and cheese. That's good. Oh yeah. And then we have to balance it out with the healthy stuff like the green beans. Looks like there's some tomatoes in there as well. Really solid. It's not too soft and it's not too firm either. It is perfect. Yeah. But I'm really curious to try is this tater tots. Whoa. Wow, that tastes so good. Wow, that's so cheesy. Yeah, even the sides here are very good. I've heard so many stories about how the sides are made with so much care, so much love. You can really feel it. It really tastes like good Southern style American food. I'm already off to a good start. Those Brussels sprouts are perfectly cooked. Yeah, it's kind of sweet actually, but all around, so perfect. This is as good as Brussels sprouts can get in a barbecue restaurant. No joke, man. You see that big piece of brisket right there? That looks so amazing. That looks like it's gonna melt in your mouth. I wanna try it without the sauce first because I heard that's really, the way to go, because the meat already tastes so good. Oh man. It's moist, it's juicy, it's perfectly marinated on top, a little bit peppery, a little bit salty, smoky. Let me try the barbecue sauce just to see what it tastes like. Oh, that barbecue sauce actually makes it taste really good too. Now it has more of like a barbecue flavor to it. Man, that is amazing. Truly amazing. All right, what about the pulled pork? This one looks pretty delicious, which you can put in a sandwich as well as eat it by itself. Oh wow, it's so rich. Tastes so good. I'm enjoying everything on this platter. That's the first thing I noticed is the peppery, smoky flavor, and it's so soft when you bite into it. Not that dry type of turkey, which it's so easy to do if you cook it wrong. This is soft and almost melt in your mouth. Ooh, yeah, the jalapeno cheddar sausage. Look at that. Oh, baby, that looks delicious, doesn't it? So I would say that if you like sausage that has that cheesy flavor, then you should definitely get the jalapeno cheddar cheese sausage, which is one of the most popular things that you can get here. If you're a sausage fan, yeah, you definitely need to get sausage here. Pork ribs. Yeah, definitely. We gotta try some of the pork ribs, right? This is another one of the hits here at this restaurant. Yeah, that barbecue sauce, I think it makes anything taste better. Especially if you have the right barbecue sauce. It takes an already good recipe and elevates it to another level. What you guys can do is also take the bread to make some sandwiches as well, which is what I'm going to do. Let's load it with some of the pulled pork. I feel that pulled pork
works good. Like I said, sandwich just by itself, it's good. I'm so impressed with this restaurant. This food here is amazing. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want to eat, but I would say everything that I've had on that platter is super, super good. So when you are here in the Houston area, definitely check out Truth BBQ. It's Texas Monthly's favorite Texas barbecue restaurant in Houston, and I can see why. Come during the weekdays because the line is not quite as long, so maybe you'll get to the front within 30 minutes to an hour, but it can be up to 2 hours if you come on the weekend, so just letting you know. But to some people, it's pretty worth it, and I can say that it definitely is a memorable experience.
All right, guys, so before I close out this episode, I want to give a shout out to Stephanie right here. She's the lovely manager here at Truth BBQ. So if you come to this restaurant, whether as a local or tourist, look out for Stephanie. Tell her you saw this rockin' episode, and she's going to take really good care of you, right, Stephanie?
I sure will. Welcome to Truth BBQ. Come on by.
Awesome. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you enjoy what I'm doing here on the show, give me a thumbs up. Also, comment on the section below. If you've been to this restaurant before, I'd love to hear your story. And finally, subscribe so you can see more of these awesome food videos coming out. So hope you have a rockin' day, and I'll see you in the next food adventure.